Hello, it's Uncommon Fossil, and today going to talk about a Mewtwo VMAX deck. Obviously, I've talked about this deck before, a deck I'm sure you're familiar with. The reason I'm talking about this particular list today is this is the exact 60 cards that won one of the biggest tournaments in the Pokemon calendar. It won the Japanese championships for this year. So a major international event won by this deck. And it plays Eiscue, which I haven't put in my Mew deck before. So I want to take a look at it and figure it's worth sharing too. So Mew VMAX, 310 HP, free retreat, right? You should be all familiar with this. Cross-strike fusion, it copies for 2 colorless energy, so you can pay with DTE if you want. Copies the attack of one of your bench Fusion Strike Pokemon. It also has Max Miracle, does 130 hits through effects, so that is an option sometimes. And you can copy the attacks from the V, particularly Psychic Leap, which does 70 and can shuffle into the deck. Sometimes that's a nice option to keep in mind to get a damaged VMAX out of play, so you don't get up 3 prizes the next turn. All right, Genesect V is the most common attack with Technoblast, does 210 damage or 190 if you have a DTE attached. But then it's got the great ability as well. Oh, Technoblast, that Pokemon can't attack again the next turn, which does apply to the Mew VMAX since that's part of the attack which it copied, but it has free retreat, so usually we can get it back and do a double switch if we need to, or just retreat into a new Mew VMAX. That's even a better option, right? So that's usually okay with this deck. And then Fusion Strike System, once during your turn you may draw until you have as many cards in hand as you have Fusion Strike Pokemon at play. A great ability. So we play Meloetta also with Melodious Echo attack, 70 damage per Fusion Strike energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So get up to 210 or even 280 with that, a nice option. And you can attack with Meloetta turn 1 going second with Elesa Sparkle, so that's one of the nice things about this deck. And then Eiscue, which is the Pokemon that this deck includes, which isn't as common, not common at all. It does have Icicle Missile 100 for 3 energy, but that's not really what it's here for. It's here for Block Slider, I believe. So this attack does for 2 energies if you attack with itself, but you're probably copying with Mew. This attack does 40 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each Fusion Strike energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So 40, 80, 120, or even 160, and you can hit to the bench with it. So that's a nice option. It's a way to take out things on the bench. So I do like that. So that's what it's here for. It gives a little flexibility to the deck. It plays 4 Fusion Strike energy, which counts as any type as long as it's attached to a Fusion Strike card, and 3 DTEs, just a simple way to power up the Mew VMAX. So in terms of the trainers, just hit this quickly. Nothing shocking here for Ultra Ball for search and discard, because discarding is great with the Mew Genesect's ability. 2 Switch Carts, the Mew VMAX has free retreat, and then all of the others are basic Pokemon. So Switch with some healing is nice. We play that instead of Switch. Yeah, no basic Switch in the deck. 4 Power Tablet. Again, we can discard that to the hand, but also does 30 more damage for your Fusion Strike attack, so that's really nice to help get up to one-shot the cards we need to. 1 Judge is the disruption option. 2 Escape Rope, right, to switch our Pokemon, as well as force our opponent to switch. 2 Elesa Sparkle to set up the Meloettas in particular. 2 Lost Vacuum to get rid of those Path to the Peak or a tool that we really don't want to play. 4 Cram-o-matic, right? Great way to search for cards, as well as Thin for Genesect V. 2 Lost Cities, get rid of Drapion V or any other troublesome Pokemon. Don't have to worry about Spiritomb right now because that's banned, but Drapion V certainly still exists. 4 Battle VIP Pass to get set up, and of course we can chuck it away with Cram later on, so not so nice. Include 1 Iono, a nice versatile trainer here. Supporter, 1 Path to the Peak, just 1 copy, so not going heavy with that. 1 Pal Pad to get back up to 2 supporters, since we're playing like 1 Judge, 1 Iono, and 2 Boss. We might want to get some of those back to use more. 3 Forest Sealstone, a great tool card. It lets us search for 1 card during the course of the game. It's a V-Star power, so attach it to your Genesect or your Mew and use it. A very nice card to help get set up. 2 Nest Ball, 2 Choice Belt, 1 Cleansing Glove, that does 30 more to your Psychic Pokemon to get out in the Mew Mirror. or up against the Gardevoir EX and 2 Boss. Just a great card, obviously, in a lot of decks, especially an aggressive deck like this. So a very solid deck, a list that's nothing crazy if you're used to playing Mew some, but we do have the option of the Eiscue. So let's see how things go with the deck jumping in to the ranked ladder. So my opponent's ranking 640, mine is 680 at the moment. I will choose heads, see what happens. I won, so I will go first. The deck can go second, right, and attack with Meloetta, but I'd rather go first, set up. I think it puts me in a stronger position overall, and most of my opponents want to go first, so taking away their advantage is good too. So got a Mew, got a Genesect, not a bad start. I can thin out this hand quite nicely, get a Genesect or 2 into play. We'll see what I draw. Obviously would like to get Battle VIP Pass, but even if not, I may get enough cards going. So up against a Lightning deck. So pass to the Peak. So why don't I discard? I will discard. Do I want to keep the Boss? I might want to shut things down. I might want to play Path at the end of my turn. We'll see what happens here. I got to think this through a little bit. Stopping my opponent from setting up may be a good thing here, right? So I will just draw 1 card, but I can Ultra Ball away those 2 cards. A Battle VIP Pass, even better. Get down a Genesect, get down a Mew, I think. Okay, good. So I have my energy attached. Nice. I'm not going to probably use Ultra Ball. I'd like to sit on that for next turn. It's a very solid start. Do I want to toss down another Mew? That's what I'm thinking about now. I don't know that I want ice. Do I need Eiscue for this matchup? I'm going to toss down the Mew, draw 2 more cards, right? Because I thinned my hand 1 and I draw 1 extra card because of that. And I will toss down the Path, end my turn. Hopefully I don't get knocked out. Obviously, if I get knocked out, my Mew with my energy, I will be sad. If I get knocked out, probably my opponent has to bump the Path, in which case I'm okay, right? I don't know that I don't love playing 3 Mews, honestly, but I did want to fill up the bench. I'm not sure I actually want Eiscue in this matchup, so I tossed it down. I do have the option of shuffling a Mew into the deck. All right, so they grabbed a Forest Sealstone. So they can bump my Stadium if they want. I saw them grab Electric Generator. So depending what they do, they might use Electric Generator now to see how many energies they hit. That's a bit... Okay, so they can... so they have a decent chance of knocking me out there. So that was just to... I mean, they already played their support. I'm not sure why they utilized Pokegear there. To thin their hand, I'm not sure what they're going to do here. Right? They have Electric Generator, I'm pretty sure. They have Forest Sealstone, right? So they're going to bump my Stadium, I guess. Fill up their bench. If they're going to fill up their bench, they want to do that before they utilize Electric Generator, right? Get those non-energies out of the deck as much as possible before Electric Generator. So my Mew might get knocked out. I won't be happy, but that is life if that's the way the game goes, right? I assume they're grabbing a Stadium, bumping Path. I'll find out soon about that, right? I think they want to fill up their bench is their next play, I assume. Yep. So Beach Court, free retreat. Now they still need 1 energy on the active or a switch card. They Magnezone V is a 2 retreat cost, so that is a plus for me that they don't have free retreat. So they might not be able to attack even if they fill up the bench and get the energy in play that they need. At this point, they haven't played an energy, so I haven't seen a Mareep, so probably not a Flaffy deck. So they're thinning out their deck as much as possible and then going to play Electric Generator, I have to assume. My Mew may get knocked out. Now, it's not terrible as long... Obviously, I need to be able to get set up again now that they've bumped my path, so therefore... and that was the only path I play, right? I play one path. I think I play two Lost Cities. All right, so what do they hit on this? And then do they have the Switch card? What do they have in hand? So just one. So I don't think... So they're not going to get to attack. So that's nice. That's very nice. I don't think I want Iono here, right? Because that's not to my advantage either. So I think I just want to thin out my hand. I don't want Iono. I'm going to pitch the Iono. It's a nice card, but I need VMAX. I need to thin my hand to Genesect. I think I'm going to go down to a 0-card hand here. I don't see a reason not to. I will bump their Stadium. And then I'll attach my tool, get down to a... Is there a choice here? Oh, they already used Forest Seal Stone. That's right. They have a tool, but they used it, so bumping that does no good to me. So I will... I need an energy, of course. I haven't used a support... Oh, at least a Sparkle. Maybe I will toss that into play, right? So at this point... I'll release a Sparkle here and here. All right, so put 2 there, 1 there. So I do 160, 70, 80, 90. I don't have knockout without copying Genesect's attack. So let me... I will Genesect here. I might thin after this with a couple cards. All right, that's not... So 160. I mean, I'd like not to copy Genesect just so I don't have to... So I could attack with him again next turn. And I'm going to play that. So if I hit a Power Tablet, then I can use Max Miracle. All right, I hit Max that. 190. Yeah, I'm going to use Max Miracle. Take him out. So, boom. And that way I can attack with this Mew VMAX next turn. He has the Choice Belt. He also doesn't have DTE, so this Mew does the most damage. That's why I wanted to be able to attack with this Mew again next turn. I have Elesa Sparkle, which I know I have one more Fusion Strike Energy in deck, so I can't even get that other Fusion Strike Energy onto my Mew. I might Judge, right? My opponent doesn't have a lot going on right now, and I like that too. So what's in... So I have 1 in the Lost Zone, they have 2. Just taking a look at Lost Zone, taking a look at their discard pile. So canceling Cologne, that doesn't matter for this matchup. Okay. So they're going to hit into me. They're not going to knock me out, though. I don't believe they can. So I may want to shuffle this Pokemon back into my deck, right? They're going to hit me. I assume they're going to hit into me, not knock me out. So what? Okay, they have 1 Regieleki V. Oh, no, they have 2. Sorry, the Alt Arts confused. So that... okay. So I might not knock him out, and that's... I can live with that. Does 210, 20, 30, so 240. So I need a power generator to get the knockout here. So I think just... I think I'm going to hit into him. I think I'm going to get this Mew, this VMAX out of play. I think is what I want to do. So I will, I like Sky Seal Stone. That's good too. I'll leave that in play. I like my hand. I think I want Elesa Sparkle next turn, I think. I could Judge though, right? think I'll judge, disrupt my opponent a little. I wouldn't mind getting a VMAX, and I'm going to draw 2 cards after this. So that's pretty good too. So something I want. Do I want to toss down a VMAX? I think I do. I'll make myself safe for next turn. Now let me not do that. I don't want to accidentally use Forest Seal Stone. I've made that mistake before, clicking on the wrong thing. Okay, so I will copy this attack and get him out of play. Right, it does 100, so I get him into the position where I can right, so I believe this VMAX is safe. I could have sent up a 2-prizer. So he's going to do not enough, that's for sure. I could shuffle this VMAX out of play also. I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to knock him out of play, I think is the move I want to make. Evolve my other Mew on the bench. Just finish this guy off at 150. It's a pretty good situation for me, I think. Okay. That's fine too. He's harder to knock out though, that's for sure. I might not be able to one-shot him, right? We'll see what happens here. So I think I'd like to get Elesa Sparkle, right? I do have Boss to take a knockout also. Let's see what happens here. Tails. Don't like that, but all right, let me try it again. Grab Elesa Sparkle if I can. I want to bench a Mew V, so that's why I'll get rid of the Ultra Ball. Good, I think I'll grab Elesa Sparkle, which gets me what I want. Let me just take a look. I have free retreat. Yeah, so that's a very, very pretty card there. Put this Mew V into play. Yeah, or do I want to do... You know, I could toss down Meloetta also. That's what I was thinking about for a moment there. All right, so Elesa Sparkle. Him and him. Okay. You know, I've said this before with certain things. I don't know why it makes me choose, right? It does not matter at all, right? Retreat. So I do 1, 2, 10. So I just need, I guess I need a Power Tablet, right? No, I haven't used any of these abilities yet. Okay. And I hit a Power Tablet. That is nice too. So, what do I want to do here? So Power Tablet gets me the knockout. Might as well thin my hand down nicely here. Get this guy all powered up. Let me draw a couple more cards, making sure I'm not decking out too, right? I'm not near. All right, now that I see, I used the wrong thing. Terrible job, Jeff. Terrible job. Uncommon Fossil. Forget my name, right? Forget my name. That didn't happen. Terrible. I see. I forgot about that. I forgot. All right, so 240 is what I need for the knockout. I forgot that I had the Forest Seal Stone, and I wasn't careful with which ability I used. And, you know, I'm in good shape. I should be okay, but that was sloppy. You know, and that's the type of thing playing in live. The way it displays things, I don't like. And what's at the top and bottom, I don't know. It's not intuitive to me. Maybe you find it intuitive to you. obviously it is what it is. I have to adapt to it. That, you know, and that's just bad on my part. Period. All right. I have boss in hand, so I have game. You know, they can knock me out if they want. Don't care. I just blow him up. So I don't know what my opponent's doing. So I mean, they're making plays. Maybe they're just trying to make the best out of the situation, see what they can do. I mean, they could Iono me and possibly. No, but then I just send up. Yeah, so I have game, right? Iono doesn't do it because I can just get my attacker up. A boss, I don't think does it either. It could have done it because they could have left me kind of stalled there. So anyway, just that was where using the Forest Seal Stone wrongly was a blow. So I didn't use Eiscue that game. So let me tell you, let me jump in another game, see if I can actually use the Eiscue. It didn't make sense for that game. I could have, and I think I discarded it, right? All right, so I will choose heads. Hope if I win, I will go first again. I think I could have used, I discard Eiscue, and I don't have any Pokemon recovery with this deck. So that's, you know, you've got to be careful. Eiscue I could have taken off, finished off the bench, damaged Pokemon on the bench, but there was no need to do that. Well, Eiscue's based, I think, on prizes my opponent's taken. They didn't really take many prizes. So, yep, so I'm going second. So we have to see how the deck goes going second. It's not, it's starting Genesect. Don't love that. I do have Battle VIP Pass, so that's nice. Okay, so up against, I assume, Arceus Single Strike. I saw the Single Strike. I mean, one could play Single Strike with, I got an Eiscue. I'll probably bench him. So they could heal with Radiant Serena. We'll see how this game goes. My opponent's going first. That's going to be difficult. I would like to path them off. Because obviously they're setting up next turn. Could put me in a tough spot. When Lugia sets up, it's brutal. It's not as bad as before rotation, right? They've lost a lot of their tools with the special energies and such. Okay, so getting an Archeops, which they'll try to discard from hand if they can. Don't know if they can. Getting a second Lugia down is good for them on the off chance that I can knock out their active, and it's possible. It is possible. All right, so what am I going to want to do here? So I have a DTE. I'm trying to think if I can attack this turn. I probably can't. So a Genesect. I mean, I have to hit Elesa Sparkle. I'm not going to have... I have a couple supporters, which I couldn't play. I have to, like... I think I have to set myself up poorly to be able to Elesa Sparkle. So I don't think I want to use Elesa Sparkle this game. I think Elesa Sparkle is out. Once I attach the DTE, I can no longer Elesa Sparkle, right? That becomes very simple. So I'm going to attach the DTE, though. I can Elesa Sparkle, but... ooh, I still can't. All right, could Iono? It's not a bad hand, though. All right, I'm going to end turn. I could have Iono, hope to get Path. I have the VMAX, though. I kind of like this hand for next turn. Obviously, I might get my opponent may Iono me. You know, how do they set up, right? Do they get? They need a V-Star. They need to discard. So the heads, what's that get them? I always lose track of these coin tosses. Oh no, gets them. Mesa goes, it gets them anything. So they have two Archeops. So can they discard? So they have Ultra Ball. So now that puts them in exactly what they want. Ultra Ball gets them the V-Star. They have the two Archeops in the discard pile, so they can take out my Genesect this turn. That's easy peasy for them. I assume that's going to be their play. They have the Radiant Serena, so we'll see what happens here. Obviously, not a great start. Perhaps I should have Iono'd. I mean, I could have been really aggressive. No, once I played Iono, I couldn't have attacked. I could have used the Rope. That's the one card I could have used to try and get to thin my hand one, but I would have been just Genesecting for one. I think I like having the rope in my hand more so. So at this point, yeah, they're not going to be out. They do 200, so they knock out my Genesect V. They're probably going to knock out the stadium too, right? They don't want me to utilize that. So that's fine too. I will probably Iono. Send up the Mew and Iono. I do have Choice Belt, so it's possible that I get the one shot here. Right now I'm doing 200, so it's unlikely I pull it off, right? I need to get very fortunate, but we'll see what happens here. I'm getting 6 new cards with Iono. Hopefully I can fill up my bench some. Well, that's not bad at all. Okay, so all right, so I'm at 200. So if I hit heads off this, it's a bit risky. I want to keep the Power Tablet. If I hit heads, I can knock them out. I hit tails, not a shocker there, unfortunately. Not loving this spot. So I think I need to thin though, right? I think I need to thin because I need cards in play, right? Do I want to attach? I think I need to attach because it only gets me, gets me 2 cards instead of 1 card. Well, that's not bad. Okay, so 2 cards. So right now, what's the effect on this guy right now? I'm doing 30, 60. All right, I have Sky Seal Stone, so I can knock him. I think I want to one-shot my opponent. I think that's the play. I mean, I'm in a bit of a weird spot. But let's see, make sure hopefully I have the Power Tablet, right? I do. I think I want to take the one shot. The problem is I can't attack next turn, so I'm not in a very good spot. I do have Elesa Sparkle, and I can retreat. All right, so I should have knockout here, right? 280. Can attack next turn. I don't love not attacking next turn without a Mew on the bench. I do have Eiscue. They draw to 7 in hand, so they set themselves up well for that. I do think I needed to take the knockout. Okay, so Ultra Ball is a nice card. Elesa Sparkle, it's not bad. You know, if I get one shot next turn, then it's essentially game over. You know, I probably can't win if I'm one shot. I think it's pretty safe to say. So Eiscue next turn would do 80 damage, but 80 damage doesn't really help me in the long run, right? If they knock out the Eiscue, I can't attack with Eiscue. If they knock out my Mew VMAX, it doesn't matter what I do. I even if I take the prizes, because they're just going to knock out the Eiscue. So we'll see what happens here. Luminion, okay, maybe they're going to get a research going. They play single strike, so I believe. So, okay, so Yvault. Oh no, okay, the dark. So is he going to get there? I think yes, right? 110. So he will 110. What was that? It's 20, right? So they're going to have to attach a DTE to the active unless they have a switch card. So I think at this point, yeah, 110, 30, 40, 50, 170. So that easily one-shots me being dark, since I'm weak to that. Attach a DTE to the Lugia and knock me out. So that's essentially game over for me. I'll just keep playing the game probably. It won't take that much longer to finish the game. Now, why'd they attach? Oh, okay, I guess there's just for the next turn, right? Because they know I'm going to take out the Yveltal. Although I don't know that I am. Right now, this guy's just doing... He can do 120, and that's not enough. So, I mean, I don't know that I can even take this guy out. It's not good, right? It's not good at all. Trying to think, it depends what I think I've just lost the game at this point. If I had a Mew VMAX, a Mew V down on the bench, you know, maybe I'd have a chance. So they one-shot me, which is what this deck is there for, right? You have a single prize card that can one-shot a VMAX. That's very, very good. I'll send up the Eiscue. He does get the knockout, though, doesn't he? He just needs 1 energy, so that's good. But I'm going to lose, right? So I'll get rid of that and that. I'm going to play Elisa's Sparkle. I guess I get a Mew. I know it doesn't. It's not really going to matter. I want to make it. I should play quickly here because I am wasting my opponent's time here, right? Primarily. Okay, so do this. So there we go. Get my energies down. Energy, energy. Draw my cards. Could have played the rope. I don't really see that it helps me, though. I'll toss down the Lost City. So I do one. It only does 120, huh? Oh, that's right. It's based on Fusion Strike. So do that. It's not based on prize. It's based on Fusion Strike energy. Silly me. So I don't even get the knockout with it. It really. So anyway, there we go. The deck going second was a big blow to it. I don't know how the person that won the championship dig, how often did they get to go first? Obviously, that's a big plus. And I didn't set up well turn 1. Anyway, so went 1 for 1 with the deck there. I did attack with Eiscue. That is true. Didn't attack effectively with Eiscue, though. And I keep forgetting the attack because I don't play it much. But yeah, 40 per Fusion Strike energy is useful. Obviously, you have to have a lot of Fusion Strike energy in play to make it work out. Is the deck better with it? Obviously, it won a huge tournament. I think an Oricorio build did very well also. And I think there was another build that actually didn't play Cram-o-matic or Battle VIP Pass that also did well. So that's probably a more interesting build, a little off from what's mostly played. But obviously, Mew's a super strong deck. Don't forget about it. Obviously, if you sleep on it, it's at your own risk. And don't be afraid to play Mew if you like doing it. It certainly is a strong deck. Take care.